it's Jouelzy, and I am back with another video. And yes, I'm still currently residing in Washington, D.C., but you can tell my closet is now pretty empty, and there's a whole lot of boxes still standing behind me because we are still in the process of a very unorganized move. It's so unorganized that I don't even know where I'm actually moving to. Jouelzy, took a genealogy test from 23andMe. I put up a picture on Instagram of the packaging, which I don't have anymore because I had to mail it out to them. They take a sample of your saliva and they process a test that gives you a breakdown of your genealogy. I will be doing a tweet chat with a scientist from 23andMe on August 6th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time using hashtag #TracingRoots. If you have any more questions post this video, you can ask them directly to a scientist from 23andMe. How cool. Come support and help this movement going. So I got a genealogy test done. It traces back what your ethnicity is. I did this because I did the African versus African American. It wasn't really a versus thing, but we discussed the relations of Africans and African Americans in the United States of America with evidence from the internet who is Kenyan American. And you know, that video has gotten an overwhelming response, and then joined in on the conversation. People were writing essays, novels, thesis reports, trying to rewrite history as we know it today. You know, I mean, a lot of you guys gave a really positive response to it, but there were a small group of people who proceeded to try to be like the Hebrew Israelites who are on the corner of 125th and Harlem or at the Chinatown Metro in DC, who are attempting to rewrite history as we know it and reposition where black people in America really come from. You know, there was some discussion about whether black Americans have the right to call themselves African Americans, whether we really come from Africa. I don't know what part of the, history y'all are following, but I decided I was going to take the genealogy test because I was tired of replying to comments letting people know that slavery didn't truly end until the 20th century. This is not something that happened 500 years ago. I don't know where they thought my families might be from. Australia, maybe? I don't know. Mongolia. I do have Mongolian weave in my head right now. This is Chinese hair, but they're claiming this shit is from Mongolia. But whatever, girl. And there's the scream. So you see this pink right here? It says, I am 70% sub-Saharan African. I'm black and I'm black and I'm black, y'all. Take that. I am 70.1% sub-Saharan African. Now, if you watched my mixed girl tag video, which was me being sarcastic for those who might not have gotten my humor, I did, it's true story, in 3rd grade, I determined that I was East African. But it turns out that I am only, I'm 2.5% South African, apparently. But I'm 64.2% West African. So it's pretty clear I'm a descendant of slaves from West Africa. Like most black people in America, regardless of how you would like to rewrite history, we black, y'all. We black and we black and we black. We's African Americans. So I feel firm in calling myself African American. I am 28.6% European. It's funny though, because also amongst being Kenyan, I say I was Kenyan and Scottish Irish. So apparently I'm British Irish, 9.1%. And then the rest is just broadly Northern European. I do have a tiny bit of Southern European, but it's broadly Northern European. Now the disappointing part is from my mixed girl tag video. I said I was house slave, field Negro, and a dash of Identity in my family because historically speaking, a lot of African Americans do like to claim that they have Native American in them, even though, as it turns out, with a lot of these genealogy tests are showing that the bulk of us don't. However, I had a bit of a different experience when I was a freshman in college, and my white, Long Island Italian roommate proceeded to question why I had not started the Native American Student Union, because it was clear that due to my cheekbones and facial features that I have some Native American in my family, but I was an active member of BSU. You have to watch the Miss Girl tag to get the breakdown of my response to that, but yeah, girl, I was befuddled. But it turns out, apparently I only have 0.9% East Asian and Native American. Shucks. I mean, the whole look like you Native American thing, apparently, I'm moving to Houston and I'm prepping myself for how often I'm going to have to explain to people that I am not Igbo. because I've been in Houston twice in the past month. And both times, on numerous occasions, I have had to explain to people that my mother is just light-skinned and my father is just light-skinned. It just somehow happened that we all have full lips and high cheekbones, and that has nothing to do with the Igbo people and the Biffron State, girl. We just African Americans over here. This 23andMe test does not break it down all the way to the actual ethnicities that I am from the African diaspora. There is an African Ancestry company, I guess you can call it, that's based out of Washington, D.C., that does further analyze your DNA results to give you actual ethnicities that you are. So I am going to look into contacting them and seeing about getting them to review my results. So I know I'm going to get a bunch of questions. I really, really, really want you guys to join in on the tweet chat, 7 p.m. August 6th Eastern Standard Time, because I think it'll be great for you to ask them the questions and get like the proper scientific response. But I did get to talk to the scientist who will be on the tweet chat prior, and she went over my DNA results for me and was really kind of breaking them down very specific. Like, so what they do is they take the main chromosomes 1 through 22 for women. So I was advised that I should get my brother, or even better, get my father to test the results, because for women, our DNA is tested through our maternal line. Because even I was shocked at how little Native American I have in my family, because both sides of my family have very poignantly said that they have Native American relatives. So I was thinking maybe it might show up more, but as a scientist explained, because every time you trace it from a woman, it gets broken in half, because I'm only taking half and then half and then half and then half. So I would have even less percentage of Native American DNA, because it's linked through a paternal portion of my maternal line, if that makes sense. So it is good to have a male and a woman in the family get their tests done. However, your results aren't going to be that different. It is a mitochondrial test. It tests the X chromosome for women. Oh, I have 2 second cousins on here. So you can also, if you opt to make your information available to others, you can trace down other family members. I have been getting contacted by other people about tracing my family. Interestingly enough, I thought it might be easier to trace my mother's side of the family, because my mother has a very uncommon last name. My father, everybody in Florida is damn near related. If you're from Polk County, we probably cousins, girl. So I'm really not interested in finding any of them. I'm good. When the scientist was on the phone with me, she was saying how easy it would be for me to find out relatives, and that I should really use the resources that are provided on 23andMe and delve deeper into it. So I think this is great, because what's happened for a lot of African Americans is that we have not had the opportunity to build back our family trees past like grandparents or great grandparents. And so it's just interesting to find out where you come from. It's interesting just to learn about other people's cultures and see similarities and just know your history. I think that's of great value and reaffirming kind of a sense of self and feeling proud about who you are and who you represent. So I think this is a great program. Okay, so it gives you your haplotype, which is like, I don't even want to misquote, and it'll trace back to where I'm a woman, so I can only get my maternal line. My brother or my father, I'm going to get my brother and probably my father to do it, because I'll probably get 2 different haplotypes. But mine came back with a very generic answer. It said 50,000 years ago, my mother's was Bantu, which is basically like me and Africa are one. We are all together here. Bantu 50,000 years ago was like every ethnicity in Africa. So you know, I feel like you are my cousin. We are cousins. Can't we all just get along and be lovely people? I feel like we are connected. So that's just our love, peace, and happiness. Stop trying to rewrite history while you at it too, dude. All right, join me for that tweet chat. 23andMe, August 6th, 7 p.m. Hashtag tracing your roots. Find me everywhere on the interwebs. Jouelzy. I will have a link down below where you can purchase the 23andMe DNA test. It's super simple, super easy. It's $100. And you could get your whole family tested. Get a kit for everybody in your family. It is just such an interesting and fun topic to talk about. So I can't wait for you to join me on that Twitter chat. Thanks for watching. Deuces!